they not feeling me. No way they can match my energy. No way. My energy on infinity.
What's good, my people? Welcome to another episode of the Progression Podcast, where every day we progressing and every L is a lesson. Today we got another fire episode. Got a super dope guest, a big brother of mine. I'm gonna let him introduce himself in a little bit, but first we're gonna jump into the word of the podcast for today, and that word is deleterious, which means causing harm or damage. And I feel like this word is fitting for today because when we don't know our true history as a people, it can be very deleterious to us, specifically blacks. That's why I feel like deleterious is a very fitting word for this podcast today, because that'll be some of the things that we touch on, just a little bit of history and just our perspectives on it. Now with that said, man, today's guest, you know what I'm saying, he goes by E3, you know what I mean? What's up with it, E3, bro? Welcome to the podcast, bro.
What's up, bro? Man, I'm glad to finally make a podcast. Golly, I ain't never think I'll be on a podcast, and I'm happy my first podcast is your podcast. No
For
doubt.
sure. That's love, bro. Happy to have you, man. For those that don't know, man, E3 is a big brother of mine, man. Real cool, solid person, man. And we talk about just a variety of things, off camera, of course, and just being a good friend of mine. I said, man, I gotta get bro on it on the podcast because you got like some dope perspectives on things, and you put me on some game on one of the topics we gonna get into today. So saying all of that, I just thought it'd be dope to have you on, man, so the people can get some perspectives from you, and we can touch on some of the things that we talk about off camera.
Give me a little sauce, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't know that.
Yeah,
And sometimes you need to be told one time, and now you know.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, bro. With that said, man, you want to tell the people about the project that you just recently dropped, bro?
Yes, sir. So I just dropped my first tape ever, 3 Hard, and I put a lot of work into that. I put a lot of work into my tape. I took my time on it. I I engineered that thing myself. You know what I'm saying? I put the work in, and I think it got some really good songs on that thing. And everybody, if you ain't tapped in, go get some shoes or something and get on the dance floor and tap something. You know what I'm saying? Just on that thing. Really
Facts.
got some hits on that for real.
Yeah, man, it's a super dope project, bro. Especially for it to be this your first like official project, right?
Yeah, I dropped a couple singles last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people rock with it, but you know how it is at the beginning when you just start making music, engineering, you know, doing it yourself, so your sound ain't exactly where you want it to be.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I got mixed
Reviews.
opinions on it. Yeah, mixed opinions on it. And I was like, okay. So I sat back a couple months and I kind of toned my craft and went to work on it.
Yeah.
You know, I just was not making so many songs, and then talking to y'all, you, Luca, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy just to have all this in the chamber for nothing.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So shoot, I dropped it. I got the picture done with done, and yeah, that
Yeah.
thing got, you know what
Real
I'm saying?
spill.
It's
3 Hard, man. 3 Hard. Make sure y'all go get that, man. It's on all streaming platforms right now.
Let me tell them where they can find me at real
Okay.
quick, folks, because I know we about to get into some stuff.
Go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Call Me Gotta. Call me _ Gotta.
Gotcha.
And it's on all the links. Just click the bio and you'll be amazed.
Bet that. And I wanted to give you props too, bro, because of course we didn't talked about it, but with this being like your first official project, it's dope not only because you engineered it yourself, but just like for those that don't know, like speak on you only making music for a certain amount of time, because I think that's huge too, especially when it comes to people listening to it, like having mixed reviews. Like people ain't even taking in, like you ain't even been doing this for, you know what I mean, a
Yeah.
long time. So just tell the people a little bit about that, bro.
Okay, well, everybody getting inspired by something, and you know, yeah, nigga used to love hooping. So I anything I feel like I could be good at and I take my time on it, I'm going to eventually be that in it. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with the rap. And like I say, I dropped a couple songs last year, and that was my first time making music.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, we got a song, but we ain't gonna tell the world about the song yet. My first song ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna tell them yet. But you know what I'm saying? But as far as me coming up together and doing it all myself, yeah, bro, I only probably been in that like probably less than a year, really.
Yeah. But that's
Less than a year.
impressive though. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm just like, I know when I start thinking about when I started making music, like, like it was
But
trash, bro.
I got a cheat code though.
Yeah.
You the cheat code. You didn't have yourself back then. So
Yeah.
that's credit and props to you. If it wasn't for you helping me along the way, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'm sorry, can I cuss on him?
Yeah, you do your thing, bro. Speak
No, fine.
freely.
Shit. Alright.
Speak freely. But now I appreciate that, bro. But I just thought it was super dope. Like, especially when I was able to listen to the project, like from top to bottom. I'm just like, this is solid for like a first full project, and just knowing how much growth and potential you got to keep it going. That's the exciting thing. So when I got done listening to it, I was just like, all I could think of was just what's to come. And me, it was of course like you the bro, so I had to try to put my biases aside and listen to it from an aspect like, is this good or not? And ultimately it was. Like, I can't sugarcoat it. Like, it was good, bro. So
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it for real.
yeah, man, super solid project. So like we say, y'all make sure y'all go tune into E3, follow him on
Alright,
all his socials.
please follow me. You won't be disappointed, man. I'm just saying.
One last thing before we get to the next topic I wanted to compliment you on was having like that personality as an artist, because a lot of people may be good at music, but they may not know how to put the personality into it too. And that's something that I'm kind of trying to figure out myself, is how to bring out the personality along with making dope music. So I think that's like something that you got too, that a lot of artists lack, is having like that personality. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that.
Hey man, I appreciate it for real.
For sure, bro. Now, we're gonna get into another topic, bro. I wanted to know about like how important is being confident and just confidence period to you, whether it's because you know a lot of times in life we all have certain things that we lack, whether it's confidence, you may go through those times of self-doubt. So I really want to just get your perspective on that. Like, how important is confidence to you?
Honestly, I feel like without confidence, you can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me being, if anybody know me, they know I tell you if I can't do something, and I can tell you if I can.
Yeah.
And that's me being confident in myself enough to let you know I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you confident all the time in whatever it is, you probably gonna be able to push through whatever it is,
Yeah.
or figure whatever it is out in a way. So like my dad would say, he say, never make them whatever you doing, so make it look effortless. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No matter what I'm doing, if I'm working hard, I can't let you see me break a sweat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the confidence in me because I gotta stand on it.
Yeah.
You know, and just because I might walk in the room with more confidence than this next man, you could read that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I could display it too, then the sky really the limit with the confidence. Because I mean, you can't shut it down really once you got it.
Yeah. Hey, that's a super dope perspective, bro. And I like that approach. But one of the things you said was me telling you, I can't do something. Like, there's confidence in that. I hope, is that the way you said it? I hope I ain't mix up your words.
Okay, that's how I said it.
Like, that's cold. Like, I ain't never heard of that one, bro. Like,
Cause see me, I would give you an example, a personal one. I used to go outside at PE and do all the sports until they asked me to play soccer.
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I tried strike out a couple times, but then, you always have them kids who just ran real fast, kick the ball straight. My feet can't kick straight, that's other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't play soccer. So when it got to that point, I was just like, hey, I'm not going to play soccer. And I can't play soccer. But when it comes to football, baseball, basketball, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yo,
saying?
yeah, that's dope, bro. Like that's just a dope perspective, man. To anybody that is lacking confidence out there, man, realize that, bro. Like it's not something that you should be down on yourself about. Just realize that you gotta work for it and you gotta put that work in to ultimately be confident in yourself. And I feel like a lot of times that's a lot of our problems. Like we may be not the most confident in some, and we just think that that's the end of the road. Like, man, I ain't
Right.
confident, so I ain't gonna never be. When really that's not true. You just gotta, you know what I mean, find other ways to get confident in, if not in what you want, but in life, and that can lead into, you know what I mean, the things that you interested in and stuff that you want to do in life. So them perspectives that you spoke on was A1.
Say the game. So I just feel like with that confidence, man, you gotta have it though.
Yeah, for sure,
You
for
gotta have,
sure.
and
Yeah,
whatever
man,
if you doing to do it.
for sure, for sure. Hey, something else that kind of relates to confidence that I wanted to speak on was fear. And I wanted to know, like, what's your take on conquering fear? I know it kind of ties in with having confidence, but would you say there's anything like any fears of yours that you've conquered, or like some fears that you want to conquer?
I conquer fears. I got one fear I'm not gonna conquer until I got some money and I got a real lifeguard out there that can save my life in the water. But uh,
Yeah.
you gotta with the fear, bro. You gotta first off know what you're scared of,
Mhm.
or whatever it is you have fear for,
Mhm.
and be able to be strong enough to when I say face it, just face it every day if you have to realize that shit. After I face this shit, I got other shit to do, and
Yeah.
realize that's one obstacle. And
Uh-huh.
once you knock the wall down of fear, shit. Like for example, if you scared of scary movies, you gotta watch 2 or 3 scary movies and don't go to sleep and realize you're not gonna die. Nobody gonna come in your house.
Yeah.
You know? Then you be like, okay, I could watch a scary movie.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what
that's
I'm saying?
facts. That's facts
Yeah,
for sure, man. I feel like with me, bro, fear and confidence like definitely ties in.
they, got, they definitely got to.
Yeah, cause this is like with me, there's certain things that I may not be all the way in fear of, but it's just like that. You kind of hesitant towards it. And I
Yeah,
think low key, not to contradict myself, but it's a little bit of fear there. But
yeah,
then that's when like what we was talking about just a minute ago was like the confidence gotta kick in. Like I can do it. I can knock down these doors that you just described and get to whatever is on the other side of it. And you know what I mean? Just conquer that fear. And I just feel like it's a lot of us out here who are trying to ultimately find a way to conquer fear and find that confidence that we ultimately want to have, but we may not know how to go about it and approach it. So that's kind of why I just wanted to get your, you know what I mean, your take on how, like what your perspective on conquering fear. But
it you just gotta do it. Just like confidence, you just gotta do it. Cause
just
if you
gotta
don't,
do
I mean, it's simple like that, but like I say, it's power in words. You just gotta do it. You get what I'm saying? You sometimes it's gonna take a lot to do it,
it. Mm-hmm.
but you got
You gotta
once,
do it.
once you conquer it, you good.
That's facts. So this next topic that I want to talk to you about is purpose in life. A lot of times, man, especially when you kind of moving without like the most preparation, like you may run into hurdles in life, and it may force you to like kind of get off your path or know what you want out of life and how to really attain it. And I feel like for me, I'm gonna just speak on my perspective first on it. Far as like purpose goes, a lot of times, like if you moving without preparation and you may not know what exactly what your purpose is or what you know what I mean, just that purpose that you after,
Right.
it causes you to kind of just be living like I don't know, just like all
I
over the
love.
place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how important is it to you to know like your purpose in life and just how to attain, you know what I mean, whatever is on the other side of your purpose?
I think that's probably one of the hardest things in life, though, bro.
Yeah.
Because your purpose is something that's gonna fill you up.
Uh-huh.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you get on there, like for example, I've been reading a book, and it's like, what's the purpose in life? And this dude's particular purpose was is to learn something new every day, which make his life purpose.
Mm.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Very.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's simple, but it's a goal that he's striving for every day. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? While people put into how I say like purpose for your purpose could be your kids after you ain't have no purpose until you have a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of things gotta happen for you to find your purpose.
Yeah.
That shit is not gonna just open its eyes. You ain't gonna just open your eyes to your purpose. Some people like LeBron James cheat code can do it. You know what I'm saying? Your purpose is entertaining us hooping. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But everybody gotta find their own. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like he was saying, it could be something simple first. You know what I'm saying? It could just be learning a new fact every day.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a purposeful thing to have, and that's what he look forward to every day. And I feel like that's the easier path. Find some smaller purposes, but
Mm-hmm.
that one objective, like the purpose in life, life too long and too many things happen for you to find that one purpose. You, it
Yeah.
might just it might just be that moment in time you need to be focused on.
Yeah, that's hard. What you just said, like life is too long for you just to have like one purpose or just be focused on one particular thing. Like I think that's key, bro. Like with me, of course, music I feel like is a purpose of mine to do, but recently I just been in a mode like, bro, God ain't put me on earth just to do music and that's it. I feel like
Yeah,
my purpose is a long list of things from just being a good person to like family, friends, all that.
yeah,
And I can't just limit myself to just trying to be a dope artist. Like, nah, I gotta inspire people. I gotta, you know what I mean, just hold conversations with people because one conversation could help somebody else realize their purpose,
no,
help
bro.
can help
But
them
yeah,
just go
yeah.
on the whole path for you know what I mean, finding other purposes in life. And I just yeah, that was just dope, bro. Like what you said, man. Like, yeah.
Cause it's just hard, bro. Like you say, it's hard. You can't really just like I say to pinpoint your purpose.
It's
You're a
tough.
bad
Yeah, it's
motherfucker.
tough. And I
You know,
think I think there is times to where like most people you kind of got an idea of what your purpose is on life,
right?
in life, like you say, there's some people who have families before others, and then you get hit with that realization like, yo, this is my purpose to be a stand-up family person,
Right.
to lead. It's some people your purpose may be, if you're not the best leader, you may have to be a good follower. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. It's just because you, even in being a follower, not like somebody who's just,
Follow something. We
yeah,
all
not,
follow something. Nobody the leader of anything. You know.
yeah, and I think that it's important that you say that, bro, because a lot of times being a follower can get the wrong stigma. Now, of course, I ain't talking about the person that just can't think for themselves, or you know what I mean, they just going with anything.
Yeah.
That's not the follower that we speaking on. We speaking on more of somebody who knows, look, in this particular situation or in that particular situation, I got to take the back seat
Yeah.
because I may not know how to lead us out of this or lead this mission. So I'm gonna just
Somebody
take the
more qualified than you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's okay to be. I mean, you don't always want to be in the forefront. It's cool to
Mm-hmm.
sit back and observe all. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather sit back and observe. I lead if I ever had to. I got
Yeah.
lead quality, but I can't lead everybody and everything. So I know when to shut up and chill and listen. You
Just
know what I'm
tag me in. Just tag me
saying?
in.
That's what I'm in there. But if it's
Yeah.
something I got on, hey, come on, let's do that. Hey, don't even trip.
Yeah. And that's very important, bro. Yeah, I just wanted to know your take just on purpose. I know we kind of talked about just being leading and you know what I mean, but I wanted to get your take on just like purpose.
Oh yeah,
Now something that I also wanted to talk to you about, bro, is just my admiration for you and your pops, bro. As you know, like I be calling them pops too, like a super solid guy, man.
yeah,
Um, so I wanted to get just what was your experience like growing up with a pops, bro?
man.
If you could really describe it.
I ain't gonna count, bro. My daddy is, you know how everybody do that little cliche ass shit. Like, man, my daddy the best in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, my daddy the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, like, I can't say if I ever needed something, that nigga went to work and got it.
Yeah.
And it's the best advice. I ain't never have to not worry about being scared to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? He know what's up with me before I be what's up with me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Cause like I mean I can't even explain it, bro. Like everybody ain't got daddies like mine, and I understand that because that shit is hard. I see it with my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Being a
Yeah.
daddy situation with another person, that shit ain't always the easiest. So
Yeah.
you never know what you gonna get as a daddy. So I'm proud of my shit. That
Yeah.
nigga, that nigga did everything from race to hoop to football to studying math. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that nigga was right there, bro. And
Yeah, man, it's dope, bro. Like I say, it's inspiring. Every time like the moments I done had with just both of y'all or just conversating with him, it's been dope, and I just try to like listen because you know what I mean. It's one of those moments to like when you don't grow up with your father, you always wonder what that's like. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us out here who just be we just be wishing we had just that relationship. So I kind of just wanted to get your thoughts on just the whole experience with growing up with pops, man. So another thing I wanted to ask about it was, do you do you believe that it makes a tremendous difference? Like, what's your opinion
as
on
far as what?
growing up without like those who grow up without a father, like can you see some of like the differences?
Yeah, of course, every day, all the time. Because the only difference I'm gonna say that's the biggest difference is you don't know how to handle authority from another male figure.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got no daddy there to tell you, and you're a boy and a man, you know what I'm saying, to do this and do that. I mean, I'm gonna be 100 shit, nigga. He ain't never have to whoop me, but you gonna be scared of your parents. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? When they holler. So as a grown man, that nigga holler at me, it do something. You know what I'm saying? It made me
Yeah.
feel some way. So shit. But that don't account to no other authority figure. But if I know if a man's hollering at me, I could take that and I have to go off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I done seen people who don't have daddies, and you know what I'm saying? That shit is different
Yeah.
because they don't know how to handle another. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a man at the end of the day,
Yeah.
so or a teenager at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Your mama not gonna holler at you, or
Yeah.
another man gonna do it.
And you know what, I don't mean this in no kind of bad way to anybody that's listening, but I feel like some even myself, bro, what I noticed is with growing up without a father, you tend to react on emotion instead of logic because, and I'm gonna get your opinion on this too, but I feel like when you raised by a woman, bro, women just operate differently than men, and that's just nature. And it
Yeah,
ain't saying that women are less than or none of that. And you got case by case where you got some men that, you know, me act like women, but we speaking on strictly those who grow up without that male guidance. Like you say, where there's things like not being able to handle authority. And it's just like what I've noticed a lot of times, a lot of cats that grow up without fathers, me included, when you run into certain situations, even with like conflict, handling conflict, you hot. Like as soon as something happens, you hot rather than thinking from logic and having that male presence, like, yo, as long as you know who you are, you ain't got to be tricked out your position type. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You see what I'm getting at? Like,
yeah.
rather
It's a different
than if you
accent
rate,
than
yeah, like you raised by women, it's just like a lot of times women just like they just straight they emotional beings, and we
so
all
you
emotional beings, but women are a little bit more.
a lot more,
So it's
yeah.
just like if you if you raised by a woman, it's just like, you know what I mean, strictly like with a woman, you just reacting off emotion. And I feel like that's what's we missing in our community specifically is that male guidance. Like, yo, carry
Oh,
yourself like this. You ain't gotta react all the time, bro. Like, think with logic instead of emotion. And I just feel like the people I know who I've witnessed that grew up with pops around, bro, they just react way different. They know how to handle life a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to speak on that and get your thoughts. Like, would you agree? Is there anything that I said that you would challenge?
the only thing I say is that you MFing right, man. I mean, that's just how it go. I mean,
Yeah.
it's real no way around it because for me, I can speak from my experience. Like, I got mad instead of, you know what I'm saying. I never went to my mama.
Mm. You never
You
went
know,
to mom's?
I
Dang.
mean, when I would be, upset, sad and shit, she would condone. You know what I'm saying? But like, as far as like, he sat there and he thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
He like, so what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And shit, and I give him my answer. And he like, so this was gonna happen when you do that.
Yeah.
As a kid, you don't want that shit to happen when it ends. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my experiences came from not getting whooped, trying
Mm.
not to. So I mean, shit, I'd be like, yeah, if you ever hear me in life and be like, yeah, nah, that'll give me a whooping. It might not be no real whooping, but that's just like, nah, that's stupid to me.
Yeah. You just
You get
thinking
what?
back to how you was brought up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If I be like, yeah, that'll give me a whooping. That mean there's no question in me doing it.
Yeah.
That because he made me think about every scenario and every possibility of my action.
Yeah. And
Cause
that's
I mean, and a woman, I ain't gonna, a woman just don't think like a man, so she gonna react.
yeah.
And if you're around that, you more success, you more sustainable to reacting.
Mm-hmm.
You
Off the
not,
emotion.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
I think that it's important for us to teach young men though that like it's our duty to think with logic because especially if you want to be a stand-up man and like bro you got to be the head of the house and you can't be reacting off emotion. You gonna put your family in, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's just important, bro, and that's something we don't talk about enough. A lot of us that grow up think like without fathers or just like a stable household, we kind of grow up with that inside, just holding it in. So we think a lot of times we gotta turn to this or that to make us look hard or to make up for those things, right?
Yeah.
And all of that is because you were never taught. We were never taught how to be men, and this is how men operate. This is how men carry themselves. This is how you react. Like I just
Pretty
think
much.
it's important, bro.
It is because I mean, I know we probably gonna talk about some of this, but I just think with the generation things change, so it just got to get tightened up.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, man. Yeah, bro. I appreciate the knowledge on that, man. I definitely wanted to just get your thoughts on that. Um Now we're gonna transition into like some more deeper topics. Um and one of those are what are some ways that you think we can progress as blacks specifically?
Okay. Well, shoot. I definitely believe that we need to support everything we do
Mm-hmm.
for one, and stop having so many opinions on what people are doing,
Right.
especially if you're not doing nothing. You feel me? Now,
Especially.
if you just going to work every day and you want to be the best worker at the workplace, be that.
Facts.
But just because I'm working too, and I'm gonna use myself as an example. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, if I'm working and you know I'm a rapper and I done told you I rap. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like opinionated to like I shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could not like it or like it,
Mm-hmm.
but you ain't gotta be on that. And I feel like that's what we do a lot of, man. You shouldn't do that, man. You don't need to be playing no ball. You don't need to just say practice.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Support it.
Knocking each other down all the time.
Support it a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I don't care what you got going. Do that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, whatever I can say or know about that, I can help you when you telling me you're doing it. You know, that's just a little support. It might not be the biggest support, but yeah, you need to hear that. That go a longer way than just automatically like, yeah, they don't need to be doing that. So why would even if they are following somebody that they fuck with doing the same thing, okay.
Right.
What's wrong with doing something else?
Right.
You
Right
know what I'm
on.
saying? Like that's just me. That's just how I be feeling.
Right
That's
on.
one thing.
Yeah.
And
And
then
what you say?
hey,
I was about to say, man, I think that plays into one of the things we're gonna talk about too, which is like the slavery days. And not only that, but to some things that we spoke on earlier for as confidence and purpose. I feel like a lot of times people that don't know their purpose and you do, oh bro, and you go to them talking to them about your purpose or a new purpose that you done found, they gon' if they don't know theirs, they gonna shoot yours down, bro, because of their confidence and their fear. They ain't
yeah,
got what it's they. I ain't gonna say they don't got what it takes to make it happen, but they scared. So they
yeah,
just gonna like let me bash you, and we that's something we all go through, but especially like if you, especially in the black community though, like you can't. Oh my
I ain't
god,
think. I mean, and and like shit. I love my people, but
for
we tough.
sure.
That's all I can say. We the audience. If we just supported each other, we wouldn't even have to worry about all this stuff going on. But as long as we don't want the next man next to us to win, shit, we'll just always be like that.
For sure. Yeah, man, I can agree, but like it's tough, man, because on one hand, it's like you never wanna bash your people, but it's those times, bro. I'ma just be honest, like it's those times where it's just like, is it anything that I could ever do that's good enough for my people? Because it seems like the man done tricked us so bad, bro, to where mentally we'll find a way to demean something that another black person is doing, bro. So yeah, bro, I definitely feel like, you know what I mean, those things definitely just play a part, like, you know what I mean, just as blacks. But of course something else that we know been going on is just like the whole police brutality and just the overall treatment of people of color. What's your take on that, bro? As far as police brutality, just the overall treatment of people of color, and what are some of the ways you kind of feel like it can be
Work
just fixed, man?
some progress, because I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think it's gonna take some years, some thousands. But
yeah,
to be honest, how I feel about police brutality first, it don't make sense to me.
yeah,
It don't make sense to me how over and over and over again the same thing keep happening. But then I'm a research head. I'm a geek. We go back on police brutality straight because they can't control us.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And you let you let police, which is a gang, rile up black people back in the day and basically do what they want with them.
yeah,
2020, still got the police. You make it like it's an actual protect and serve type of thing, But when I mean, you got a lot going on around the world. You don't always get niggas getting killed by cops, but it's the majority of niggas getting killed by cops. So it's like you gotta you want to draw a fine line, but I know I just mentally in my head, and I just can't say it out loud. Like shit, I don't think there's no way they can fix it without just going through some neuro scans and putting neuros into some police. And
Yeah,
if I can make a that bad decision, shut his ass down or something.
yeah. I think,
But
man. What you about to say?
I just think it's dependent on the people, and with the people, until the people run out, the racists, what else can you do?
Yeah, because
Get the
like those of us who like know our history and done some research on it, you know that police stem from like the slave catchers. You know what I mean? The slave patrol. So it's like now it ain't nothing really changed. I feel like for as the whole slave patrol, bro, like that's basically what plays a big part in a lot of this right now going on. You know what I'm saying, with the treatment of black people specifically. You know what I'm saying? They kind of that's like the one of the last senses of power that they feel like they have. And if you excuse me, if you take that all away from them, they don't have no power, bro, because it's getting to the world is moving into space to, in my opinion, to where it's like it's becoming a level playing field as far as living goes. Now,
yes,
of course, you know, still like as far as power, uh economy, you know what I mean, economics, stuff like that. There's one group of people who we all know, you know what I mean, who got all of that. But as far as like living goes, but like it's becoming a level playing field, and I just feel like a certain group, again, they get scared of that. So it's just like they gotta rely on that little bit of piece of power that they feel like they got as it pertains to authority, like telling people what to do, because all them days gone. Like you can't
yeah.
just walk up and be telling people what to do no more. And like that's
Something might,
one, huh?
something might happen to you.
Yeah,
I can tell you anything. I can
yeah.
tell you anything now.
I can tell you I can tell you GTF about my face,
How
and
they
there's no result, and they hate that. They
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 hate it, bro.
they miss them days where they can, you know what I
You
mean,
gotta get
hang us. Yeah, they miss them days where they can pull up with the fire truck, water hose, spraying us down. You can't do none of that no more, man. So it's just like
out.
that's their
They
last little piece.
they hate it.
They hate it, bro. Now one of the last things, bro, I wanted to talk about was we had a dope conversation off camera, and I was just like, bro, I wish we could have had the initial conversation on the podcast, which is about the whole slave trade, and just slavery, period. And one of the things we was talking about was blacks' involvement in that, as
Yes.
far as like selling slaves, um, just being in this whole involvement in the
Nick.
slave
Oh,
trade.
Nick. Oh,
Yeah.
Nick.
So we kind of got to take some responsibility of a lot of things that happened back in those times too. And I really just wanted to get you to kind of speak on some of that and speak on some of the knowledge that you got about the whole slave trade and just the blacks' involvement in that process.
Okay. So I ain't gonna say my friend name. He is black, but he told me one day that I needed to really learn my history.
Mm,
And he was like, "We ain't learned nothing but American history in school. Y'all, we
right,
ain't learned other American history in school. So if you're watching this, go do other research.
right.
School taught you. School taught you what you needed to learn, what you don't even need.
What they want you to hear.
What they want you to hear and what they want you to believe, especially in the history classes. So go out and learn what you really need to learn about on your own. That's all I can say. But with the African history that I went and learned about, I learned about the slavery trade. And I was really interested in seeing how did we really get over here. Because
Hmm.
I'm like, come on, man, with all these black people, you just got us on the boat.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's not how it happened. We all in Africa, just think about Africa like the United States, but it's nothing but black people. you have hierarchy. You know, you have ranking, you have kings, you have all these types of black people, and you also got the poor.
Yeah.
So when the Europeans came over, started killing and taking everything, they wasn't just easily, doing that. They was getting killed. They had to really pilgrimage their way into some stuff, trying to
Hmm.
trying to steal niggas.
Yeah.
That was hard trying to steal some niggas. So what they did was they Europeans they kind of outsmarted us.
Yeah.
Got in good with our kings and queens and high ranking people and start saying that they was gonna give these poor people a better life in a way, and we gonna give you technology, food, goods, you know what I'm saying, which the people in Africa didn't have at the time.
Hmm.
Just new stuff, different ways to live. So they basically traded and like I say trade, like here for this. And without knowing what was really gonna happen to the people they were just giving away. And that's niggas to white people.
Yeah.
You
Whole
know.
time the Europeans and just whites in general had a whole plan, a whole agenda. But like you say,
Yeah.
they talking to
Hold
the
it
kings and queens and just the Africans like we want them to have a better life. Whole time they got this agenda to build a country, you know what I'm saying, of theirs that
yeah,
they're going to rule, but we need these folks to do it.
to build it.
Yeah.
And like we was talking about the slave trade, bro, how disgusting and the living conditions that they was living in, bro.
It's
You
sickening.
know, like I don't, I'm gonna go into a little detail for the people who don't know. Just imagine one of them old wooden ass boats, and you all see how crazy and ragged that motherfucker is on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine the part with the underlayer where they should be, then the part under that, real small and tight.
Yeah.
All you could do is lay down, and there's water under you, and you
Mm-hmm.
in a wood boat.
Yeah. Sleeping in defecation,
Yeah,
urine. Like
yeah, you just riding around and piss and shit.
yeah,
It's just you ain't got no choice.
it's crazy, man. And then the harsh part is realizing that some of the slaves didn't even make it. You know what I mean? You got people that died on the boat. You got some boats that didn't even make it to land. The boats just veered
Yeah,
off from
just hey, I say that. The boat just sunk. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And white Europeans and the African people were dead. And it wasn't a little bit amount of African people on these boats. It was thousands,
yeah,
over
yeah.
thousands, over thousands, over thousands, over a long time period of time. And and when they finally realized what was going on, it's like they did nothing.
And I've read this dope. It was a dope story about a boat of Africans. Dang, I forgot the place where it happened slipped my mind, but it was like they reached land, right? Um, and when they got off the boat, when they were about to get off the boat, as they're approaching the land, bro, they seen what they was arriving to. Because at this point, I'm pretty sure word travel like
Yeah,
it's slavery is bad. Like we're not going over here to seek no better life. They got us go like we dying. So these particular people, man, I'm gonna have to get the initial name of this story and like where it happened. But it's a real thing. Um and basically when they seen their captives waiting on the land, bro, they was still chained up and everything, and they just walked right back into the water, bro, and just like
yeah,
drown
yeah.
because
I mean,
they rather die than live in bondage. And I just
yeah.
thought that was powerful.
Yeah, bro, that's super powerful. Ah, that's all I can say because that's the water. I don't. They tough.
Like
But I feel
that's some
that.
strip. Like I think like because a lot of times too, you got people that talk about slavery and it's like, well, I would have did this, I would have did that, bro. You don't know what you would do in
If
those
I like
times.
I think it'd have been a bunch of dead slaves. That's all you would have been.
Yeah,
That's all you would have been. You
but
wouldn't even have a story, and shit. That just that's how. Remember how I was saying, like, bro, we don't even know how many people ain't even have a chance to do anything in the world because they just you kill so many Africans for nothing.
yeah. And I feel like that's why we gotta go so hard in life. And I feel like that's why we do go so hard,
We find
and that's where
look,
we got that strength from
that's
all.
like you said at the beginning, yeah, yeah. Shit, we catching up in a way right now. You seem like everything, everybody at an equal stance in a way. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
equal, wrong word, but like we climbing up and we
yeah.
right up.
Like you can't just step on us no more. And I do feel
Yeah,
like a lot of the spirit that we have and the strength we got to keep fighting do come from all of our ancestors, man, who died, like the people, like the ones who, what I mean, chose to walk back and say, you know what, I'd rather die than, you know what I'm saying. And I
yeah.
feel that, bro, because when you think of slavery, all you can do is just imagine it, because the things they was going through is just, it don't even seem like it's real, bro. Like just
It ain't even
you can't even
fathomable. Like,
fathom it, bro. Like when
hey,
you think of somebody being hung, bro, like,
the George Floyd thing was sickening enough to watch on TV.
bro,
Just to say that's what y'all do. You walk around hanging niggas from trees and you just got niggas hanging. You get what
like,
I'm saying? That's what you can go outside and just hang one.
we could
Hang.
walk outside, go ready to go to the cotton field, hit a left, and it's somebody hanging on a tree, bro, that you just leaving there for an example.
An
Like,
example.
like,
What what did he really do to deserve being hung from a tree, bro? Like an animal, like he ain't even human. But that's how they pictured us for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But
like animals.
yeah, bro, and yeah, that was just one of the craziest times in life, bro. It's crazy that people in the history that they hide
Yeah.
and not and don't even let you really know.
And it's so messed up. I don't know if you even thought about this, but of course we went to the same high school, Nagger Central High School.
Mhm.
Um, when you was in high school, was Black History even a class you had to take, or was it an elective?
It was an elective like a mug. This is
Bro, just
late.
think about that.
Yeah,
Like,
you ain't and
history was required, but
mm,
Black History, you could take that if you want it.
too.
If you want
That's just
to.
too. If you
Yeah,
got time.
if you got time.
Man, come on, man.
Like that's
But,
what they think about. Like that's how they view us, bro. Like y'all
and
gonna
to be
learn
honest,
about
that
these
class that class ain't even teach you the roots or nothing.
nothing, bro. In
Like
history, all you learn is all these BS wars that people was fighting over just petty stuff, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You
you see
got,
how fast they get off that first one about the slavery and shit. They hurry up and get off that war.
yeah.
You hear
Oh,
about that
they
war? You might have been in third grade and you never forgot that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves.
all they teach us is y'all were slaves, pick cotton, you got hung, you never owned anything. That's what they try to tell them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shoot, like y'all are lucky to be in America,
Yeah,
basically.
y'all look, yeah, the key. That's key.
That's what it is, y'all. We lucky to be here, man. But we are very. I mean, we progressing though. I can't sit here and say
Oh
that we
yeah.
don't got our people. Our people are strong today. It's just we gotta do better, man, because we can't slack. The first time we slack, that's what they want us to do.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
That's
I definitely, that's one of my goals, bro. I want to represent for all of the fallen slaves and just ancestors, because they wild people, bro. And if they went through that, bro, we gotta be successful, and we gotta at least do something of a large magnitude in life to make sure that their deaths are represented. Like, we ain't gonna forget about y'all. Okay, so E3 had to step away. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish this episode. But I will say, guys, make sure you do your research as far as the history of blacks, and just knowing where we come from, and just how strong of a race that we are, because the history that we learn in America is definitely not our history. So I feel like it's important to do your due diligence and just seek that knowledge so you can know who you are as a person. And with that said, man, that really concludes today's episode. The talk was amazing. Want to shout out E3 for tuning in with me. I'm pretty sure we'll try to get him on again on another episode so we can really finish off some of the talks that we had today and just get some more perspectives of his. Again, guys, he just dropped a project called 3 Hard on all streaming platforms. You can search him under E3 3 Hard as the project. Follow him on his socials at Call Me Gotta. Greatly appreciate the support. It's been another dope episode of the Progression Podcast. Want to thank you for tuning in once again. All love, appreciate y'all, and peace.
They not feeling me. No way they can match my energy. No way. My energy on infinity. Snap my fingers. I bet you come with me. Come on. They not feeling me. No way they can match my energy. No way. I shine in the industry. Just know I'm not with the gimmicky. Real deal on your TV screen. They not feeling me. No way they can match my energy. No way. I'm smiling. She vibing. No point trying to hide it. I feel like a star. I'm a comet. Or they not feeling me. No way they can match my energy. No way. The band's